In America, some stories echo louder than the rest, not because of what we know, but because of everything we don't. Two men, two different states, two different lives, yet two eerily similar endings. One found near a quiet golf course in Wisconsin. Another discovered on a peaceful college campus in Mississippi. Both hanging from trees. Both ruled suicides within hours. And both leaving behind families demanding something every grieving mother, father, sister, and brother deserve. The truth. This is the investigation the public refuses to let fade away. Torrance Medley, or Tory, as everyone lovingly called him, was the baby boy of his Milwaukee family. Soft-spoken, gentle, witty in a way that could light up a room when he relaxed enough to let people in. To his sister, Shayna, he was the kind of man who could make you laugh during your worst days. But on November 13th, everything changed. That morning, Tory was found hanging from a tree near the Brookfield Hills golf course, a wealthy, quiet suburb far from his Milwaukee apartment. Police labeled it a suicide almost instantly. But that conclusion, and the speed behind it, raised painful questions. Why was he in Brookfield? How did he get there? Where was he after leaving home on November 11th? And why hadn't surveillance cameras shown a clear timeline? We all know the history, Attorney William Sultan said. For a black man in America, a hanging is never just a hanging. The Milwaukee and Waukesha NAACP chapters joined the family's calls for a deeper, more transparent investigation. But even as police continued reviewing surveillance footage, the pain only sharpened for the Medley family. It's hard enough losing someone, Shayna said, but fighting just to know what happened, that's another level of grief. Nearly 700 miles south, another black man's life had ended the same way. Demartravion Trey Reed, a 21-year-old student from Grenada, Mississippi, was found hanging from a tree on the Delta State University campus, bright, young, loved, and gone in an instant. The Beaver County coroner ruled his death a suicide almost immediately. The Mississippi State Medical Examiner later agreed, saying the findings were consistent with suicide. But final toxicology would take weeks. In Trey's case, too, the unanswered questions piled up. He was one of two hangings in Mississippi on the exact same day. To many in the community, the coincidences felt impossible to ignore. To others, the investigation felt rushed, and to Trey's loved ones, closure felt miles away. The FBI and U.S. Attorney's Office eventually stepped in, reviewing every file and every piece of investigative material. But even federal involvement didn't quiet the lingering doubt. As both families continued demanding answers, a new wave of silence and confusion only deepened the mystery surrounding these two deaths. In Mississippi, attempts to contact Attorney Ben Crump's office for updates on the death of 21-year-old Demartravion Trey Reed went nowhere. Journalists reached out repeatedly by phone, email, and online forms and received no response. Delta State University, where Reed was found hanging from a tree, also declined to comment. According to activists, the university even gave Reed's mother conflicting information about where he died, then continued campus events as if nothing had happened. Behind the scenes, rumors spread online that Reed's second independent autopsy showed blunt force trauma to the back of his head, findings that could challenge the initial ruling of suicide. These claims circulated widely on Instagram and in black-focused media outlets, raising even more questions about what truly happened in the hours before his death. And while Reed's case unfolds hundreds of miles away, the family of 39-year-old Torrance Tory Medley in Brookfield. Wisconsin is facing similar frustration. They're still waiting for a full timeline, full transparency, and the release of all available surveillance footage showing Tory's movements before he was found hanging from a tree near a golf course. Police insist there's no indication of foul play, but the family says the investigation feels rushed and incomplete. Two different men, two different states, but the same haunting pattern. Unanswered questions, official silence, and families left fighting for the truth.